Final four here at the German Darts Masters. The three top seeds and the unseeded qualifier Joe Cullen. Both of these men here, Peter Wright and Michael Smith, have survived a match dart to get here. But one of them will be in the final on this stage in, what, an hour and a half's time, something like that. And has a chance to claim another European Tour crown. Michael Smith has 3 to his name. Peter Wright has 1. I'm Dan Dawson in the commentary box for this one, for the finale of the tournament. And alongside me is Rob Malarkey.
Really difficult to call this one. Michael Smith, I think, has had the harder task getting here. Jeffrey de Graaf 6-5, James Wilson 6-4, came from behind in that one. Ian White 6-4, that was an arduous battle as well. But Peter Wright, well, that workout from Cristo Reyes first thing today, that was an ordeal and a half for him. He trailed 4-2 in that one. But that 1-2-4 checkout to level at 5-all was absolutely class from the number 3 seed.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. First leg,
worth
Michael
noting as well
first. Game on!
That Peter Wright, given the recent head-to-heads, might well fancy this one. Beat Michael Smith on the opening night of the Premier League in Leeds by 7 legs to 2. That's when Smith had to play 2 matches in one night on his debut. And they met twice on the European stage a couple of years ago as well, in Dusseldorf, where Wright won 6-1. And in Austria too, where Wright was a 6-3 winner.
99.
Yeah, it's a good 18 months or so since Michael Smith beat Peter Wright in a competitive darts match. That was at the Grand Slam. But he's world number 8 for a reason, and he has often saved his best for the European Tour stages. Can he find it tonight? He may have to be somewhere near his best here, and he may have to be in the final as well.
140.
Ton 40 when Michael Smith gets him down to a finish.
Peter Wright, a semi-finalist here in Munich 12 months ago. His run then was ended by Michael van Gerwen in the semis. 6-1 the scoreline. So Wright perhaps grateful that he's in the opposite half of the draw, but this is a very tough assignment for him.
Well, it's an awkward finish, 90. Well, it can be. I think he's got to look at the 20s. And another one leaves the ball. Now that leaves double 5. And he pins it, and it's a 15-darter. And Michael Smith making a potentially awkward finish. Look, pretty routine as he gets the first leg on the board. Well, James Richardson threw the kitchen sink at Peter Wright in the quarter-finals. He was averaging 107 halfway through the match, but Peter Wright was excellent at just maintaining his composure and taking out some crucial shots under pressure. In the end, the scoreline said 6-2. Didn't really tell the whole story of the match.
125.
Well, I think Michael Smith will be grateful to be in the lead here. He had to fight back against de Graaf and against Ian White as well.
99.
He's certainly done things the hard way this weekend.
81.
Well, we very nearly had 2 unseeded players squaring off in the other semi-final. Chris Dobie giving an almighty scare to Michael van Gerwen in the last quarter-final that's just finished on the stage here. Michael van Gerwen, though, once again, under pressure, 49. Deciding leg, fires in an 11-darter. I don't know how he keeps doing it. It is unreal. Peter Wright, though, this would be tasty.
Yeah, Dobie, though, can take away a lot from this weekend, as well as the prize money. It's a real platform on which to build. We will see him again, by the way. He qualified for Hamburg. He beat Dave Pallet in qualifying for that one. Didn't make it to Gibraltar because he came up against Phil Taylor and lost 6-1.
Game shot,
As Peter Wright levels things up.
Michael took through first. 100.
Yes, Phil Taylor won't be at Gibraltar, though, having lost
in his
the
subsequent match,
qualifiers to Ross Smith.
Who he then beat in qualifying for Hamburg.
He did, you're right.
The yin and yang.
135.
Ross Smith, the last man to hit a 9-darter on the European Tour in Gibraltar in 2013. Could we see one tonight? We've
45.
been close on a number of occasions this weekend, none closer than Stuart Kellett missing a final dart for us.
Yeah, we'll also see Joe Cullen in Gibraltar and Hamburg. He qualified for both.
140.
Ton 40, Michael Smith coming under pressure on his throw here. Good response.
140.
Even a maximum wouldn't got him to a finish though, so Peter Wright, if he can get home from in 6 darts from here, we'll get a break and go 2-1 up. It's a bit of a blocker. I'm surprised he's not switching, if I'm honest.
97.
You see, 97 rather than 96 he's hit there. 96 leave 130, which is,
87.
I think, a little bit easier because you can stay on the treble 20. 420s leaves you a dart at the bull. As it is, he's going to look at the treble 19 here. Now he goes up to the 20 for the treble 20 ball.
Which he's missed anyway, yeah.
But had he had another dart in the treble 20, he might have been able to use it as a guide. Or
Put it to good use in some way. Smith also on 129 here. Similar route, similar outcome.
64. Media requires 65.
exactly the same outcome. Well, that's the 5, so 20 for tops. Just moving to try and avoid that dart.
Game
Expertly done from Peter Wright, and it is a break of throw, and he goes into the lead in this one.
Game on.
Yeah, he played a very patient game there, made sure he got it absolutely on target. Bided his time and planted it firmly in.
That's the kind of thing he was doing against James Richardson. If you gave him a dart, then he'd take it out. The opponent sat there on a double, and all that good work in the rest of the leg from his opponent to get down to a finish is pretty much wasted. But here comes Michael Smith, right back at Peter Wright.
118.
Well, sometimes you're just absolutely lost for words with what's going on stage this evening.
Ooh, Michael Smith fancied it. One of those players that if the first dart goes where he wants it, he'll speed up, and it almost looks like he doesn't care, but he just thinks, I just want to do exactly the same thing again. Oh, this
Now
is
then.
good.
Double 10, he races to the board just in case. And Peter Wright looks as though he will build on
91.
the break of throw
Media required 20.
and establish a 2-leg lead here.
Would have been for a 10-darter. And now he's not going to win the leg. So 130 for Michael Smith. Awkward.
No.
Yeah, that's the reason.
80.
I got
Let's
the
go.
80, yeah.
Media required 20.
A deafening clatter off the board from Michael Smith. Peter Wright, another go at double 10 here. Can't afford to mess around too much longer. That's further away.
10
And that's inside.
Mark
6
required
cracks
50.
squandered.
He was on a 10-darter in this leg.
And now he's in danger of losing it. Tops for Michael Smith to break
10
back.
score. Media required
It's one of those.
10.
It is just one of those. Now then. Missed start number 7. 8.
Game shot.
And at the ninth time of asking,
Peter Wright. Replay.
Peter Wright
Michael with
consolidates
front
that
first.
early break and he
Game on.
leads by 3 legs to 1, but I'm still scratching my head as to how he got away with that one.
100.
Well, certainly a bit of a gift for Peter Wright there from Michael Smith. And the crowd make it clear who they're supporting.
No doubt Peter's shifted a fair bit of merchandise this weekend as well here in Munich.
61.
the ever-expanding army of snakebite followers.
That's the thing, you know. You go and buy yourself a Peter Wright wig. You go, yeah, I look just like my idol now, and then the next game he's got a different hairdo anyway.
100.
And he wears a different outfit pretty much every time he goes on stage.
Well,
81.
Fails to get to a finish. Ton 40 for Michael Smith, leaves him on a 2-darter. Anything less than that, and he might have problems.
89.
Yeah, well, it's not ideal.
could be under some pressure, Michael Smith, but Peter Wright.
60.
Okay, he's down to a Shanghai.
51.
Not sure whose shoes I'd rather be in right now in this leg.
65. Peter, you require 120.
Got to stay straight.
Very gettable, very obtainable for a 4-1 lead. Especially now.
Shouldn't have any problem with the flights in that second dart. Clear path to the double top.
100.
Maybe it wasn't.
Michael, you require 86.
I'm sure if Rod Harrington had been commentating on this match, he would have made the point about getting closer with that second dart. As Michael Smith finishes the job and holds for 3-2. As it is, Rod's taking a bit of a sabbatical.
Well-earned rest for the former world #1.
Ahead of the final tonight, featuring one of these two.
60.
Which one it is, difficult to say. Right now, Peter Wright is the favourite, but we all know things can change, and Wright has made a habit so far this weekend of finding ways to win tight games. Might do so with Michael Smith.
60.
Just the 60.
Yeah, it's a laboured start. Back-to-back 60s for Michael Smith in this sixth leg. Needs to conjure up a break of throw from somewhere.
Peter Wright, a big fan of using the step one way or another. Even if he gets that dart where he wants it, he feels that by changing the angle of attack, he can use the flights and the barrel.
37.
Horrible visit from Michael Smith. This is a horrible leg all round, really.
Yeah, 157 points scored in 3 visits. Just waving Peter Wright through to a 2-leg lead. 105, like that 25 use in the final dart of the visit to leave himself a 2-darter.
85.
Yeah, waving him through with a golden ticket here for Peter Wright. 16 leaves top, so even given the fact he needed 9 darts for his double in the last leg, or in his
139. Peter, you require
the last leg that he won.
Game shot of 6 leg.
Peter Wright has the margin for error, but he only needs 1 crack at double top.
Yeah, well, Peter Wright doing enough as it stands. It's fair to say that neither of these men are playing anything like their top-level stuff.
No, it's not really got going, actually, this semi-final. I'm sure it will if Michael Smith can get it back to 4 apiece and set up a crescendo of the finale. But the crowd are trying to do their bit to get things moving a little bit.
I bet Chris Dobie, if he's watching this, must be thinking, oh,
I could have won this.
I'd have given either of these a game if they played like this. Shame I had to run into the world #1 throwing 108 average against me.
97.
A bit more like it from Michael Smith. But he needs to win 4 of the next 5 legs if he's going to make it through to the final.
100.
And if Peter Wright does get through, he'll be thinking about all the recent encounters he's had with Michael Van Gerwen without dismissing Joe Cullen too much just yet. Michael Smith shouldn't be dismissed just yet either.
I certainly don't think you dismiss Joe Cullen after knocking out the world champion 6-0.
That was just breathtaking, absolutely breathtaking. The 158 checkout really set the tone in the first leg. Devastating darts. Michael 23. Smith. Not there yet. Now, Peter Wright, this would absolutely raise the roof.
Could be a game winner.
Not quite sure what that's all about.
64. Michael, you require 20.
He's only hitting 1 in 3 of his doubles, Michael Smith.
Game
but he does like double 10, you know.
Michael Smith.
4-3.
8th leg, Peter the front first. Game on.
Michael Smith looking for his 4th career victory over Peter Wright.
140.
Yeah, the disciples of Snakebiter doing all they can now to get their man over the line. He's 2 legs away. At Sun 40 starting things off. And again, a sub-standard visit from Michael Smith. And it's back-to-back Sun 40s for Peter Wright here.
Yeah, so far this weekend, it's been the back end of matches when it's got to the nitty-gritty when Peter Wright has found his best stuff. He does it again here. He'll be in the final. Made the final of the last European Tour event of 2015. Only a leg away from victory. 5-2 up on Kim Huybrechts before he was beaten 6-5.
$57. Where do you require 18?
And looking good for a 5-3 lead here.
It certainly is. No, it could be an 11-dart leg here for Peter Wright. 12 will do.
69.
Well, he will be back.
Double 6 with such alarming regularity, Peter Wright, and the last few games I've commentated on him, he's really struggled on it, and I don't know why that is.
Maybe you require 12.
Maybe it's just a statistical freak.
So another crack at double 6.
It's a bit better.
That's more like it. That's what Dan Dawson demanded from the number 3 seed.
I love a double 6.
And Peter Wright is now 1 leg away from the final of the German Darts Masters 2016. Unless Michael Smith can reel off the next 3 legs. Good start from Smith. Needed a solid foundation.
60.
Well, this is only for a hold of throw. Smith does get there.
Yeah, it's the next leg that's the really big one.
91.
Obviously, they're all big for Michael Smith. He's got to win all 3 remaining legs. But the next leg on the right throw is when Snakebite will have already mentally noted that that's where the game needs to be won. Doesn't want to have to find a break of throw in the deciding leg. Yeah, all right, Michael Van Gerwen managed to do it against Chris Dobie. Michael Van Gerwen's done it repeatedly against all kinds of opponents on even the biggest stages.
Sweaty palms there for Michael Smith.
I assume that's what the issue is.
Bruce Bray just having a glance over his shoulder to see if everything's okay. And on we go.
17.
Maybe that was a bit of a lack of grip on the dart there, as those ones flew into the 5s. 180, you know. Well, 180 would have gone him down to a finish.
100.
Just a ton.
Straying into the 5s again.
95.
Well, that's okay. I think Michael Smith will look at the bullseye with his first dart here when he returns to the board. And if he hits the 25, I would expect, the way Michael Smith plays, to go tops. He may not, with Peter Wright not being on a finish.
Yeah.
But he's come down for the 19s anyway, and I think that may be because Peter Wright wasn't on a finish.
45.
He will return to get 2 darts at double top. Peter Wright can apply some pressure.
Peter Wright just taking the moment. I think there's something going on in the crowd. I'm not quite sure what is happening, but anyway, we'll look into it for you.
That is a great setup.
Putting the distractions to one side, though.
And that is a very, very calm and assured finish from Michael Smith. And he has won that leg. He's given himself a chance here. He trails 5-4, but this is the leg for Peter Wright. This is where he wants to win it. If he can find a 12-darter, chances are he probably does. With the way these two have played, a 15-darter might well be enough.
It might well be. Oh.
83.
And again, he's wiping his hands as he retrieves his darts there.
Great looking first dart. He couldn't have placed that first one any better.
140.
Joe's happy with that. Michael's not happy with that.
122.
But he's covered his back well there. Still has lots to do here though, Michael Smith. And Peter Wright again, that first dart, almost a carbon copy. Could be game over now. Fifth 180 of the match.
I sang Michael van Gerwen's praises when he was, he really had to find a good leg. He did do against Chris Dobey. Peter Wright knew he had to find a good leg here. Otherwise he was in all sorts of trouble. That's okay, 20 for tops. Match dart for Peter Wright for a 12-darter to win it.
41.
But he will return, and it's perhaps a good thing that if he was going to miss, he was going to miss high.
Yeah, Michael Smith here just looking to put some pressure on, could do with another one of those, and that's exactly what he's got. Peter Wright, it's over to you.
Game shot.
A 13-darter is enough in the end for Peter Wright, and the number 3 seed is through to the final of the German Darts Masters. He's won a European Tour event before now, that was in 2014. He was whisker away from winning another one last year in Sindelfingen, but back in Germany, back in front of his
Vielen Dank an Michael Smith.
German supporters.
Und wir haben unseren
The world number 5 snakebite
Finalisten. Es ist
is
Peter
within
Wright.
one win of the title. Who will he face? We'll find out in a moment as the world number 1 Michael van Gerwen takes on
Ein
the man who
kurzer
has
Hinweis
just knocked
für
out the
euch.
world champion
Nach dem
6-0.
Halbfinale gibt es
It's
keine
the rockstar,
Siegerinterviews. Wir
Joe
wollen den
Cullen.
Spielern die Zeit geben, möglichst schnell nochmal in den Trainingsraum zurück zu können. Und do you want to give an interview? No, you're not supposed. Wir wollen den Spielern die Zeit geben, sich vorzubereiten aufs Finale. Wir sehen ihn ja gleich wieder. Jetzt aber ganz kurze Pause und in wenigen Minuten kommt das zweite Halbfinale. Gesucht ist